Okay, this is a meme I made some time ago. Just wanted to go over it with you. It kind of cracks me up. The look I get when someone tries to explain the law and I remind them about the letter of the law. I turned off the sound on that. Okay. Or asked, do you know the penalties for violating the letter of the law? But every time somebody tries to explain the law to me and I remind them the letter of the law, yeah, that's how they look at me. But every time I mention the penalties of violating the letter of the law, that's what happened. So, hey, check it out. I copy and paste this off the internet where all you got to do is look that up. Violating the letter of the law, the strict literal interpretation of statutes can result in penalties ranging from fines and probation to imprisonment, depending on the severity, whether it's civil or criminal violation. Consequences often include misdemeanors up to 1 year in jail or felonies, 1 plus 3 years in prison, alongside potential civil liberties like lawsuits or, in specific context, loss of rights or business penalties. Key penalties and consequences: criminal penalties, misdemeanors typically carry fines up to 1 year in county jail. Felonies often involving repeated or violent violations can result in 1 to 3 years in state prison. Specific examples: protective orders, violating an order of protection in Illinois can lead to misdemeanor charges, first offense, while subsequent violations or violations involving harm can be elevated to felonies. Civil and administrative penalties. These include monetary fines such as a pre-violation penalty for unfair trade practices, or specific penalties for wage violations, including 20% of underpayment to the state. Collateral consequences. Beyond direct legal punishment, a conviction may result in criminal record, loss of child custody or visitation rights, and non-citizens' deportation. Contractual violations. Breaking a formal letter of intent can lead to lawsuits or breach of contract, damages, and significant reputation damage. Federal Trade Commission. It is important to understand that in many cases, even unintentional violations of the law or court order can carry these penalties, and court focuses on the breach of the literal document rule. So that's why I always refer to the letter of the law. Usually they use it on criminals, but it's the law. You can use it when somebody tries explaining the law to you, you know. So that's why I always refer to the letter. You know, you have to do it word for word to the letter. Okay? Pretty simple, don't you think? Okay, y'all. Talk to you later.